Hey bro, so when you're depressed, you just feel like there's no end in sight. Like everything around you just seems like dull and black and white and boring, and you're really struggling to find some hope or find some happiness in your life. And everything just seems really gloomy. And so this was me. So I had to end up going to the GP, the general practice, so basically the doctor, to get a prescription for antidepressants because I thought there was something wrong with me. Like I thought, normal people don't need to take these medications, and that it was just something wrong with my genes or just the way I was like born. And you just feel like there's no end in sight. Anyway, I soon later figured out that it's actually all because of all the bad habits I was doing. So because you feel so bad, you just after that instant gratification. So for me, it was video games, and then I got on to the gateway drug they call it, weed, and I just smoked that whenever I was bored. Obviously it started with friends first, and then I became more antisocial, and then just started smoking by myself, and then playing video games, and then I did that for quite a long period, and then it ended up leading to crystal meth or amphetamines. Usually just the crystals that you put into the crack pipe, the glass pipe, and then you smoke up with a lighter. So you just basically burn the crystals inside this little glass ball that has a pipe on the end, and then you just suck that up. And I used to end up spending, I think the biggest streak I did was about 7 days non-stop, just not sleeping. And I was out with like degenerate friends. Used to be quite a few of us, big group of us, and I think I was probably I had such shitty social skills, and I was a bit of a target. So I remember there was this one guy in the group that wanted to fight me, and I was I actually did taekwondo at the time, so I was getting ready to beat his ass, and then my other friends were saying, this guy likes to be beaten. You're not going to win. He loves to get beaten. It was some shit like that, and they just urged me to just leave. And so yeah, that like I never really had any good friends. Obviously, with all doing all the shitty habits, smoking meth around these people that have addictions, and are doing all the bad habits as well. So yeah, that ended up me being more antisocial, just sitting in my room and playing video games. Maybe it was like Counter-Strike back in the day, and when I get bored of video games, I'd just end up watching porn and then fapping for like 3 hours straight, and my dick would be just raw, like red and sore. It's just some pretty dark shit. Like there's probably like movies that are similar to how I was living, that just show like the darkest shit on like ice. And I also mixed up drinking with it, because I ended up spending time with another not very good friend, and then we drink a lot, while we were smoking the ice. And yeah, one day I remember I drove home from his house and I couldn't drive straight in the road. I was literally trying to keep straight, like my mind was trying to keep straight, but I was like all over the road. I was up curbs, and I can't believe I made it home. I think it was about 15 k's, and yeah, I think I sort of got more used to it. But yeah, I mean, just stupid shit like that, you know. I could have killed someone. Yeah, or I could have killed myself. You know, it was like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, so it was very dark. And I think when I got home, I actually spewed up in my room. And then, you know, I'd probably wake up, and you know, if I'd after like binging on alcohol, I'd wake up and I'd be hungry, and I'd just go to the fridge, and then I'd just go for whatever was in the freezer. So probably ice cream, you know, some shitty food. So nothing. I wasn't eating very healthy. I mean, I was living at home at the time, but I always used to go for like the worst foods for you. So like, it's got all that sugar, that fat. There's usually the cheap ice creams just have stuff you don't even know what the hell it is. So it's definitely not good for your body. And it's just because of the instant gratification, you know. So, I mean, I didn't realize at the time, but you know, I was a pretty massive dumbass to not realize that I was doing all the bad habits, and those bad habits were making me more depressed and more depressed. You know, I'd obviously take them to feel less depressed, but in the end, you know, it's just a temporary fix, and it's actually, it's like putting, I don't know how to say it, but it's like putting a bandage on that has holes in it when you really need to cover your skin up properly. And so it's just getting, because you can't let any, say, water in, like just say it's a waterproof bandage, and you can't let the water in, but you go, there's holes in it, and you go have a shower. And I don't know, terrible analogy, but that's literally what I was trying to put that bandage on the way I felt, like my life at the time. So, and because I was getting shitty sleep as well, you know, that just increases your depression, because you're playing video games all night, not even socializing, and yeah, not getting sleep, you know, like staying up. I think it was quite often I'd spend a few days like not sleeping. So, if that sounds like you, if you're doing a lot of the bad habits, like chasing all the instant gratifications, like drinking, smoking weed, crystal meth, you really need to start leveling up your real skills and cutting out all that all those trashy habits, those addictions. So basically, you need to do a dopamine detox, because you get that spike of dopamine every time you're chasing these instant gratifications. So I'll link a guide down at the bottom in the description. You can check it out and start leveling up your real life. So I've been clean for quite a number of years now, and life's never been better. I've had the best year of my life so far, and it's just getting better, and I'm so grateful for the dopamine detox, the meditation combined with reading, combined with eating like the right foods, just healthy, clean foods, working on my body. So I've got goals now. I'm scheduling every day. I'm socializing a lot more than I used to, because I used to try to hide away from people. I used to be really antisocial. It wasn't even that long ago, but then I started reading books like How to Win Friends and Influence People, and I just seek out people to talk to, and I try to really challenge myself every day. And now I have more goals to strive for, so I actually have a purpose in my life. So yeah, check out the guide, bro, and really start to make a difference in your life, and start to feel good about yourself, and feel like you actually had a good day, or you actually had a good week, or you actually had a good 6 months or 1 year, and you'll just look back and you'll be so proud of yourself. And then you will actually start to love these habits that might seem extremely boring, but because you cut out all the bad habits, the good habits will actually become more interesting, and your life will just miraculously change. So there is hope for you. Anyone can do it. You just have to make up your mind. You have to start with the habits. Start with the good habits. Make it a habit, like brushing your teeth, waking up, eating breakfast, just like that. It's just baby steps at the start, and it'll just snowball into something really big for you. So yeah, I hope you get to improve your life, bro, because it's freaking amazing. Alright, peace, bro.